welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a really quick tutorial on how to do this messy haired half up, half down look with a messy bun. So if you are interested in finding out how I got this look, then keep watching. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is put our hair in our first layer. I typically like to start with just this like bottom thinnest kind of like back layer that like hangs down in the back, because sometimes when you push your hair on the front, like that's the hair that's up here. So today I am using my straightener. I will have it linked below if you want this exact one. It's from Ulta, but it kind of has those like beveled edges so that you can actually use it as a straightener and a curler. So I grab sections of hair, probably about an inch wide, and I curl them like so. So for the underneath layer, I don't really care so much about them being like perfectly curled or anything. When I want to curl the opposite side, I just kind of twist my hand around so that the other side where my thumb is at is what goes on first, and then I twist the opposite direction. So hopefully you can see that in the camera. But that's how I get like some curls going away from my head and some curls coming in on my head. So you have to do the opposite way on the opposite side of your head. So for your reference, this is my right side and this is my left side. So on your right side, you have to curl it towards your head. You have like the way that your hand is holding on, and I curl it literally like inward towards my head. So for me, I kind of do it the same way that you would use like your curling wand. If you have a curling wand, you would kind of just be like wrapping this hair around like that. That's sort of my method of how I get the curls. So I've seen a million different ways to do this same look, and I have such thick hair naturally. It's naturally curly and it's very thick, and so those like loose little waves just don't work for my head, unfortunately. I don't really have a choice but to. The second layer, I do like a majority of my hair in that one layer, mostly just because this part is the part that is mostly going to be in our bun. That's the little bun section. Basically, I like to start from the back sometimes just because it makes it easier to kind of follow where my curls are at. I personally don't really care about the back of my head. I know that's weird. I kind of grab it and I'm curling and turning as I'm pulling down, and then I'm like re-pulling it back up. So for the opposite way, because like I said, you want to curl them in the opposite direction of each other. For the opposite way, I'm still doing 3 or 4 inches down. Now obviously if your hair is shorter, you're going to start less from the top or closer to the top, and then I'm just kind of pulling it out. So I don't really know the technical terms for what that maneuver is or what I'm really even doing, so hopefully I'm doing it enough in a row that you can actually see what I'm doing. But I'm like simultaneously kind of straightening it out and getting it curled, and then I'm just like curling it upward. Okay, so I went ahead and curled all of it, like I said, just off camera really quickly, so you didn't have to sit through it. In this particular instance, like I did not curl it the way that I really would if I was gonna be wearing it middle part. But here comes the fun part. So how we get our little top knot. So you wanna make sure that your hair is pretty much parted as close to the middle as possible. You're gonna want to spray some dry shampoo if your hair is dirty, and remove my snake. I love care between washes, fresh and floral, dry shampoo. I really like this one. It's mostly because I don't like a lot of smell, or like I just like one product to smell. So if I have like really strong scented shampoo and conditioner, I don't want strong scented this, strong scented everything. This one smells really good and like fresh and clean, but it's not an overpowering smell. So this is the part that I used to not do for a long time, and I didn't really realize why my like top knot bun wasn't looking like fuller, just because I do have really thick hair. So I was super confused about how it was possible to not have a full looking top knot because I have so much hair. But I use the Pantene Pro V Anti-Humidity Hairspray Maximum Hold. Apparently there's like different levels of intensity. I got the 4, so this is the bottle for reference. It's like larger than my head, but this is what it looks like. I get it at Target. I think Walmart has it. Pretty much anywhere that you get your products from typically will have it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of decide what hair we want in the top knot, and I'll show you like my little personal hack. So I want most of this part to stay down in front. You can see this part's not really well curled, so we'll recurl some of that. So my hack for getting a big bun is we're gonna take a lot of this middle, this like back section that really isn't doing anything for our hair, and we're gonna add it to this front part. So you can still kind of get all of this up onto the top of your head, but all of that hair back there isn't really serving a purpose, like in this particular hairstyle. So I have no idea what it looks like from the back. It probably is a pure tea hot mess, but you can see where like this is not very much hair left. So a lot of it is going into our bun. So we're just grabbing this guy. Okay, so here's the part that I used to never do, and now I get why it was a problem. So I don't have like a normal teasing brush. This is my gigantic like comb because I have such thick hair, but you're just pretty much like teasing all of this hair. It works a lot better if you add hairspray to it. Just a little hairspray. Give it a second to set. We're just kind of like roughing up all this hair. And this is kind of where I think the big difference between all of the people who do this hairstyle the most, that have like thin hair, like they have such fine hair, they can tease it a lot and it becomes like this big thing. But when you have hair like me, I don't have all that. I'm actually gonna add this little section and this little section to it too. Okay. So now we're taking our hair tie. I'm using a thin one in this instance. I typically have to use pretty thick hair ties just to do looks and stuff. So I like a normal kind of messy bun. Pull it halfway through. I wrap around all of that. Stick that guy in there. Loop it again. I hope I did that slow enough. So that is our messy bun. Now, if you're like me, I take what's left over and I tuck it into the elastic part. If you drag it around, it kind of covers your elastic for you. I am not all about like a perfect little top knot kind of deal, so I don't personally care if it looks sort of messy or whatever. So this is the part where I'm gonna go back through. You can do this too if you care about how your curls look. I'm going to just like recurl some of the hair. I don't know if you noticed, but sometimes I have to stop and think about like what way I'm supposed to be curling my hair. It doesn't really come naturally to me to just do it. flat, so we'll curl her away from our head. Curl this towards our head. I don't know. Okay, so this is one style that you could go with. You could go ahead and hairspray it, call it a day, set it, let it do its thing. Like I said before, and I will always repeat, let these curls set for just a little bit. You probably noticed already through this video with me touching them so much and doing so much with this bun that they sort of fell out. Let your curls set before you go doing anything crazy to them. But one product that I will mention you do not have to use. So this is one look. You can stop here. Like I said, set it, spray it, be on your way. If you want more of like the relaxed kind of curl look, I am all about volume. If you are like that, I have been using this L'Oreal Boost It High Lift Creation Spray. I don't know, several years now. This is what that bottle looks like. I don't really remember who told me about this. Somebody that I followed on YouTube years ago told me about it, and like I said, I've been using it for a long time. So this is more so around like the root part of your hair to give it that extra like boost. So you see how this part's like just kind of sitting down. So we take it, we lift up the hair, and you're just spraying it right where the root is. Again, this next part, and just kind of gives it that like volume sort of look. This is not like hairspray, so if you want like your style to stay in place, you are still gonna want to hairspray it afterwards. So again, like I said, I'm letting these like kind of set. I'm letting this product set in the hair before I go digging my fingers through it. Set. I just literally take my fingers and go through all of my hair. So it's a much different style, a much different look than the like curly haired look. So like I said, you can stop before and set it with the curls in there, or you could do this and kind of dig through it, get out some curls. So it's not so like curly, it's more of like wavy, or you know, more of that beach look. I'm all about big hair, so sometimes I take my comb and I go through it, make it bigger. I'm obsessed with big hair. So that's what I do. Then we just set that bad boy with some hairspray, and that's it, and call it a day. So that is the final look. Like I said, if you guys like this kind of video, if you want to see more hairstyles or ideas, I would be more than happy to record some additional videos for hairstyles. So that is all for today. Thank you so much for checking this video out. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.